Hey, what's going on, Taurus? How are you? My name is Antoine. Welcome to the channel. Taurus, let's go ahead and jump right on into your love messages for mid to late February 2026. All right. Energies for Taurus, mid to late February 2026 in love and romance. This energy could be for Taurus Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, or anyone here who is connected to a Taurus. This message could be for you as well. What's going on for Taurus, mid to late February 2026? Okay. Ooh, ecstasy. Ecstasy. All right. Anyways, yeah, I mean, it is what it is. It's right there, Taurus. I feel like there's just for many of you, you're definitely gonna be feeling some feelings. Okay. Um, and I love that. I love that. Let's see what's under the deck. Okay, divine timing. Oh, well, yes, Taurus, even better. Even better. So, not only are you going to be feeling the feelings, but it's divine timing. So, I mean, it's like it's going to be at the right time that you're going to get what you need, you know what I mean? I'm trying to keep it PG for the kids. Okay? Divine timing, and then you know what? Flighty. Let's go ahead and put it out there because it came out. So, and the message here that I'm feeling towards with this flighty and then divine timing is quite interesting because it's like I feel like you possibly could be in a connection with someone during this time where it's like maybe there is a little bit of like of a holdout that you've been doing, Taurus. You know what I mean? And by that I mean it's like you may not have been putting too much energy into the physical side of your connection, which is fine, right? Because maybe you've learned through the past that, that in your next relationships that you wanted to, be more in the, spiritual, right? About the connection, or you wanted to be more, material about the connection or whatever, right? You wanted to remove the physical. It feels like you wanted to hold out. So it feels like whenever you would get to a point here, whenever you would get to the point in a connection where someone feels as though it's like they want to escalate it to be more physical, it's like you kind of back out and it's just like, wait. And it's just like, well, I think that you've met somebody possibly that is able to kind of be patient enough with you to where they're ready for you on your time, Taurus. So, I mean, listen, let me just be blunt with it. When you're ready to give it up, Taurus, you're ready to give it up. And only you know that. But when you do, and I think during this time you do, especially because this is your mid to late February message. So if I'm thinking what I'm thinking, of course I'm thinking it does because I'm thinking it. Okay, let me quit. I'm I'm silly. But anyways, basically, y'all gonna be fucking for Valentine's Day. Finally, hopefully, right? If not, then that's fine too. But I think that many of you will go ahead and choose to make that move, and I think that you will have a very pleasurable experience. Finally, okay. Okay, I'm also hearing a message though from spirit. Like, so listen, so like if you feel like the person because this isn't everybody's message. So some of you will be having some great sex, right? But if you're not ready for that and you know you're not ready for that, what I'm hearing is do not allow yourself to be pressured. Okay? Do not allow yourself to be pressured or manipulated. into that by anyone. Okay. Only do it if you know that this person is like genuine about you. All right, so let's go ahead and get some tarot on the table. Ooh, 10 of Cups. Yes. Now, yes, this is a beautiful energy, but immediately because it is coming out in your crown on top of this ecstasy card, what I'm feeling like is like, you know what? It's like it's euphoric, right? It's like when this person takes you there, they're going to take you there and they're going to make you feel all of the feelings. They're going to make you feel like all of this is possible. The marriage, the kids, the land, whatever the dream is, right, that you have in your relationship goals. They're going to make you feel like that is attainable here based off of the the physical contact that you do have. Or at least that's the way you're going to give yourself. That's the form that you're going to give yourself. You're going to be able to allow them to see it. So that's why you have to be extremely careful with whoever this is that you give yourself to. Um, and that's probably why you've been that way, because you know that once you're ready to give, you're going to give it and you're going to put all of yourself into having this, just beautiful ultimate fulfillment. Um, as a realist, Taurus talking to an earth sign, um, this can be a little bit like delusional. You know what I mean? Like type of thinking as well. Which, and again, is like that, so that's why you're being very cautious and maybe very careful about who you give yourself to. Okay. Wow, the 7 of Wands. Oh, this person here, Taurus, feels as though it's like they have something to prove. Okay. I hope not. I hope like they're not doing it so that they can get the goodies. Like I hope that they're not doing it in that way. But um from what they have shown you, it feels as though they have shown you somebody who is worthy of like being able to have access to you in that way. Okay. So like maybe they've shown, like I feel like they've shown that they take good authority and care over situations. And that kind of really like turns you on about them, is that they're not like afraid of a challenge. Uh-huh. King of Cups. So there's this like emotional maturity as well about them too, Taurus, that I think that you find attractive. Okay. Um, there's like a seriousness about them um, that feels very intense and deep. Okay. Um, there's a stillness about them that makes you want to, explore. Um, there's like this saying, like still waters run deep. Yeah, this person is very emotionally like controlled, and that intrigues you. It makes you want to explore their depths more because you can't like easily read their emotions. Oh, but they're gonna get deep. All right. Uh huh. Yeah. You can take that however you want. Anyways, the Queen of Pentacles. Wow. And that energetically could be you, Taurus, here. The Queen of Pentacles energy. I feel like this is confirmation about something that I said earlier, where it's like, Taurus, you know how much of a giver that you are, and you'll give to the situation to make the scenario perfect. And so, I think with this Queen of Pentacles energy, this is speaking on, you tapping into your resourcefulness, okay, during this time. Okay, I'm also hearing that, you not only are you going to be tapping into your resources, like, but you're going to be, maybe like using other, like not being afraid to like use other resources or exchange resources between you and another. Okay. I also see this Queen of Pentacles energy, like it's like I'm hearing like how they see you, like they see you as this, like if you see them as this King of Cups, like with what I talked about with like still waters running deep, like they see your Queen of Pentacles energy as like this field, just fields, just of possibilities and growth. And so it's interesting in how y'all see each other. That's very poetic. Okay, under the deck here, we do have the Five of Swords. All right, so listen, hey, I think that with the Five of Swords energy, Taurus, I don't know, everything is not going to necessarily be always peaches and rainbows. You know what I'm saying? So, um, what I'm sensing though is that there could have been like a little bit of a disagreement up to right now. Okay, and within this disagreement could have followed like a small moment, could follow like a small moment of separation, and I'm not saying like a breakup, but I'm just saying like, just like, you know, go take a time out, they take a time out, you know what I mean? Just a period. And then what turns you on is that the way that this person solves the conflict is what I'm feeling like here with this Seven of Wands that I'm seeing with this Five of Swords. Like the way that this person solved this conflict is so mature and it's so sexy, and it just like makes you just, it's like it's that's almost feels like that's the moment when you finally just let them take you. Which honestly, I don't blame you. I mean, listen, conflict conflict resolution skills, extremely sexy, extremely sexy. Okay, all right. Okay, we do have the Five of Pentacles showing up here, Taurus. I think that you may have lived before this relationship or before this connection. I mean, I feel like, of course, maybe you've been making connections with different people, right? But ultimately, I feel like you may have been still feeling alone or still feeling like you were missing something. Okay. Especially if you've been like in this period of separation with this person based off of that disagreement that we just spoke about a second ago. Like you could be feeling a little bit, just kind of in the dark. Maybe there's this moment, like I said, of y'all not speaking for a second, you feeling a little bit like kind of left out of their life experiences for a moment. whereas you're used to being together. And I feel like there's a coming back together that's gonna be where the explosive energy comes from. It's like the coming back together from this period of like of space. I know I hate that space word, but yeah. Anyways, okay, the Princess of Cups or the Page of Cups. Oh, I feel the most sincerest, like heartfelt apology coming your way, Taurus. So yeah, so I feel like that's the conflict is resolved first by is feeling like there's an apology that's offered to you, not just an apology, but an acknowledgement of of emotion. Okay, an acknowledgement of an emotion, an acknowledgement of an emotion that you felt, right? Like you needed them to understand something about the way you were feeling, and it feels like it does feel like that space, that time apart, did its job, and this person is truly emotional, and I do feel apologetic. It feels like they've been deep in their feelings, even as well. So, wow, this is quite beautiful, Taurus. Honestly. Mm. Ten of Wands. Taurus, someone is wanting to make like your life easier. Okay. Someone is here hoping to unburden you. Um, light, to like lighten your load, this Ten of Cups, this Ten of Wands energy, this ecstasy energy here. It's like someone is definitely wanting to like come back into your life, and apologize for what was wrong. And I think that act alone is what's going to allow you to be able to feel ready enough to finally take it there with this person and allow them to unburden you. And yes, I am speaking metaphorically. Okay, Taurus, you and this person have a lot of things to work out, and it will work out. And it starts with the physical. Okay, the Queen of Swords. Wow. Queen of Swords energy, Taurus here. So it's like a mental thing for you, Taurus. It's like it's not just, like we're in a relationship or we're in a connection, so we're gonna be having sex. Like, no, it was never that for you, Taurus. It was always a mental thing for you. And I think that's part of what the struggle was. I feel like maybe someone wanted to take escalate the relationship to that physical level, but you weren't ready. But you weren't ready because it wasn't always about the physical. It was about, setting up the life and, again, like the mental stimulation that you were receiving with this person. Okay. And then the emotional depth that you were able to get with this person. I'm hearing honestly with this Ten of Pentacles, I'm sorry, this Ten of Cups and this Ten of Wands, I'm hearing for like, is like for every it's like when they come back to you with this apology, like there's going to be multiple apologies all in one, and each one is going to address each time that they didn't see emotionally what you were trying to do or what you were trying to like express. And like that is what turns you on about the situation, is because it's like they took the initiative on their own to deeply self reflect and actually have an apology or a, at the very least, like, some expression of explanation or acknowledgement of each time. It's like they take true accountability of each time that they overlooked something that you were trying to express emotionally, but they were trying to express sexually. Now, in that time, yes, you were feeling alone. Maybe you felt a little bit neglected, but I feel like they are doing the work in that time. And you're able to see that when they come back. And in turn, which is actually what makes it feel for you like the right time to finally do it. Okay, but don't ever feel like you're pressured to do anything, and you don't have to listen to me at all. If you're ready, you're ready. You'll feel it. All right. Under the deck here, we have the high priestess. Yes. When you're ready, and you will feel it. I just said that. Literally just said that. The high priestess comes out here to offer confirmation. Okay. Use your intuition. Okay. Use your intuition. You don't have to do it exactly when this person comes back around to you, right? But when you're ready, you can do it. I don't know. I feel like I can't stress that enough. I'm going to go ahead and get off it because this message is already too long. So go ahead and let me know what's going on in the comment box below. Thank you so much for your time. Like, share, subscribe, all the good stuff. And bye.